TJ, I have to come clean with something. We almost had a disaster in this studio
when he says
right
disaster,
before you came here.
What happened?
All right, so JJ and I, like everyone knows, part of my take in JJ's relationship, it's actually I've become friends with him. We text, not like all the time, but we'll catch up every now and then, talk about the Badgers. So last night I texted him and I was like, "Hey, what do you have on TJ that I can get him on?" And he was like, "Well, he's like legit, like very, very badly allergic to tree nuts." And he was like, he almost died at Derek's wedding, like didn't go to the wedding. So I was like, great. So I went and I bought some nuts and put them in a Ziploc bag and wrote tree nuts on them. And I told the guys before, and they're like, but wait, what are those nuts? And I was like, almonds. And they're like, those are tree nuts.
Almond is a tree nut is a type of nut.
Like I was,
Almonds are on that
You thought
family.
there was an actual tree nut?
Yeah, I didn't realize. So you almost died again. Like that
Hey,
would have almost happened.
That would have been like 3 out of the 5 Super Bowl weekends that I've attended that I had. We were just telling the story last night. When we were in Arizona, JJ got Defensive Player of the Year, I don't know what, one of the 3 times, and I ate some like lo mein or something from the hotel, and I had an allergic reaction. I was on the red carpet with just a red face. There was once in Pittsburgh, James Harrison actually emergency drove me to the hospital.
Holy shit.
Because I had my face looked like I just went 5 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Whoa.
And then one year at the Super Bowl, my dad jokingly threw a pecan at me, and it hit me in the face, and my face blew up.
No way, because I went and washed my hands.
Yeah,
I went and washed my hands because I was like, oh shit.
I know.
Yeah.
He felt terrible about it, but
Threw a pecan at you.
he felt really bad about it. I still give him crap. He's like, I didn't throw it. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
me and you were the only ones in the room, man. I mean,
Holy shit.
That's
funny.
Yeah, the big plan was we're just going to toss these nuts
Oh,
at him
man, that would've been
and see
bad.
what happens. We might have killed you.
oh, it might have been bad.
Yeah,
might have been
I
really
saved
bad.
your life.
Wait.
I saw that bag and I was like, wait, big cat.
Those are almonds.
I think that almonds are tree nuts. Please, can we not kill our guest today?
Is there a certain one that's you're more allergic to?
I do it. They like run me through a gamut of tests every year, and they're like, "I don't think you're allergic to almonds," and I'm like, I'm still staying away.
Yeah.
Because they give you like ones that you're.
do you wanna try?
I do not want to.
Do you have,
we might
you have
as
an
well.
EpiPen?
Yeah.
My fiance carries the EpiPen. I know.
Why don't we just try an almond, just with the boys?
You want to play
It
almond
would make
roulette?
great content.
It would.
We just have like a time lapse of my face, just like blowing up.
It's like a spin-off of Sean Evans' Hot Ones. We just find things that people are allergic to and try to kill them slowly during an interview.
Just see how long my airways cut off.
Yeah, I say we play almond roulette. We have 2 peanuts and then 1 almond.
Yeah.
And then you have to overturn a cup and then eat that nut that's under there.
Yeah.
I've always envied like pecan pie and stuff like that because it always smells so good, but I've never been able to eat it.
All right, so who's the funniest Watt brother? I heard it's you.
It is me.
Yeah, I heard it's you. Okay, all right. Because, I mean, I did hear it was you. Are you guys still, like, now, obviously, Derek's got kids. You guys have moved around in a lot of, like, career shifts. Are you guys still just as competitive when you get together, the 3 of you?
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Derek has kids because Derek always mentions that he has kids.
Well,
so we always go, Derek, you got kids.
Yeah,
We're very competitive, and it's one of those things that whenever we do get together in the off season and train, you do kick it up a notch, and that's why like when you win awards like this and we have that special embrace on stage, it truly is so special, and you have to take a moment to realize that 3 of us are in the NFL. We grew up in the same household together and put so much work into it that when we are together, we truly bring the best out of each other, and it's a really unique bond.
And the craziest part about your like career, because obviously everyone knows JJ's, the Central Michigan part of it, but like when you went to Wisconsin, was it 3 full years that you didn't play a snap because of injuries?
Yeah, I mean, if you want me, I can run through the gamut. It's take me like 2 minutes to run through, but I went to Wisconsin as a tight end. Was 18 years old, redshirted, was fine with that, going up against like Brendan Kelly, guys like 22 years old. I mean, I wasn't ready to play at all. Just scout team, bowl prep, dislocated my right kneecap, so basically just pops out and comes back in. They said, just rehab it, no surgery. So I said, all right. First day of spring ball, so like 3 months later. First day of practice, dislocated my left one. So basically said, the right one's fine with rehab, so just rehab it again. Came back first day of fall camp, I think first day of pads, dislocated the right one again. So basically flew down to Houston. JJ's team surgeon, Walt Lowe, operated on my right knee and was really healthy. Was there for the LSU game when they played LSU down there.
Yep.
Emotional, saw them go out of the tunnel. Was bummed I couldn't be there. Came back after surgery. I think it was spring ball again. Or maybe it was fall camp, left one, or a spring ball left one went right after I repaired my right one. So I was still a tight end. Went down, got surgery again, and then it was that summer where Coach Chris was like, "Hey man, you should try playing defense." And I was like, "Am I not a good enough tight end for you, or what?"
I thought you were going to say, like, try playing soccer.
Yeah, you should try handing out water.
So you popped both of them out twice.
Yeah.
And that's so now we're what, 2014?
So now, so I had 2 years at Wisconsin where I actually played. I had the 1 year where I switched to defense and played behind Vince Beagle and Joe Schober.
In 15, yeah.
Yep, 15, and then in spring ball had a true spring ball, which was the first one I ever had in college, and then played the 1 year, started, and then NFL told me return to school. I submitted my papers and just said, "You don't know me. You don't know the work that I put in, what I've been through." And was able to be a first-round pick. So
it's crazy, though, like to think, it had to be very demoralizing to have being a football player, someone who loves football family, and you go, like I said, I think it was 3 full years that you didn't get to play a live snap of football.
Yeah, it was frustrating, and I mean, obviously you have a lot of expectations being the younger brother of, Derek was a hell of a football player at Wisconsin too, and still is to this day, but it was just trying to figure out why this was happening, all that stuff. But it gave me perspective. You'd hear guys complaining about practice, and they don't want to be here. And I would have given anything to be able to practice. And I think that's why I love this game so much, is because it was taken away from me for those crucial years in college.
Yeah. And that 16 team was obviously very good. Did you think Bart Houston, did you think he maybe had a shot at the Heisman after that first game?
Yeah, I did.
LSU. I made the shirts.
Hey, Bart Houston was a hell of a football player. He's like a California high school legend.
I know, and his name was just awesome, and I was like, holy shit, like you guys beat LSU at Lambeau. It's like a sliding door moment because that kind of ended Les Miles. Like that was the beginning of the end for him. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, Bart Houston, Bart Heisman, this is going to happen.
You don't meet too many Barts these days. Yeah.
Real true Bart.
Good football name.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
How come Derek's the only one that's allowed to play offense?
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I would like to get a snap of offense.
Yeah. So what position would you like to get in a tight end, or do you want to be a fullback?
Tight end. I don't want to have a big collision.
But don't you
I'd rather save a potential helmet-to-helmet collision. And
it would be just so awesome though to be like, I want to do something on offense where I don't touch the ball. You never hear about like a defensive player lobbying to play.
You just go on offense and not get the fullback dive on 3rd and 1.
Yeah. I just want to block. Or like, can you just put me in at like a tackle eligible, but I won't go out on a route. I'll just stay in and block.
Exactly. I'll just come back and block the end that's not even in the play.
Yeah. Have you asked Mike Tomlin if you can play offense?
I haven't. I'm sure he'd look at me and just say no. I don't think it'd be much joking to go along with it.
Yeah.
But who knows?
What is it about Mike Tomlin? Because I've actually, like, my thoughts on Mike Tomlin have evolved through the years where there was the time when Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell thing was happening. I was like, is he kind of losing this? But then in retrospect, I'm like, holy shit, Mike Tomlin's an incredible coach that everything was able to stay together. Like, everyone says he's a player's coach. What does that look like day to day?
He's a cool guy, man. He's fun to play for. He can be like that friend role if you want it. If you in moments, I think he just plays those moments so well. And then there's also times where he's just so commanding. I don't know if you've ever met him or had a conversation with him, but he's got that deep voice, and he'll have you run through a wall for him. He's just so organized. He knows how to motivate individual guys. I think that's really tough in the NFL. You got guys coming from all different places, motivated different ways, and he knows how to grind your gears, and he'll talk up the other team's edge rusher like he's the almighty and kind of look at me side-eyed, and I'm like, message received, message received.
So what is it, the Tomlin thing that I love coaches that I can, like, depend on. I know the spots to pick, like, all right, this is a Mike Tomlin spot. This is the first part of this question is going to sound like it's a dig at you guys, but there's been times in the past where the Steelers have gone in as big favorites and it's like maybe come out flat. But then when you guys are like back against the wall, what does he do to get it all, like back against the wall? Steelers are underdogs. Like, all right, Mike Tomlin, he'll have them ready.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where he's consistent in everything that he does. It's not like there's big rah-rah speeches or when we're on top, it's not like we're sitting around thinking we're the shit or anything like that. I think it's just one of those things where he's so consistent over a time that it's hard to not buy in. And I don't think that's anything to do with him. I think in those situations, we just can't let up on the gas pedal.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself listening to him talk and you're like, the words that he's using are English, and I know what he means by what he says, but it doesn't really make sense as a sentence.
He's got a lot of like one-liners, a lot of good sayings. I mean, there's a fine line between squishing grapes and making wine.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's
a
a
lot.
good one. Cut your eyelids off.
Cut your eyelids off.
Don't blink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't blink.
The standard is the standard.
Standard is the standard. The new one this year was you're either buying smart or you're buying in a gated community. Ooh. So either you're balling and you're making a lot of money, or you're buying smart. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that one's good.
You could tell, like, he's definitely reading the book where he got that from. Like,
Yeah,
it's got to be.
yeah.
He's got to be coming from somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I love it because you can. I get his vibe whenever he says something. I know what he's trying to communicate.
Yeah.
He's a very effective communicator. He could say anything. He could read the dictionary. I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, he wants me to get amped up. I get that. But yeah, we love Mike Tomlin. What does the standard mean? We've been debating that for the last couple of years. Haven't gotten around to figuring it out yet.
I take it as like the next. It's like the next man up mentality. I mean, Pittsburgh Steelers, gritty defense. For me as a defensive player, it doesn't matter who's in the game. Like I said, I missed a couple games. The next guy has to step up. The standard's been set by 6 Super Bowls in the past. The standard is the standard.
Yeah, what is the standard?
Did I just say a whole bunch of words that just didn't mean anything?
No, it's great. The way that you described it was perfect, actually. It's like, Pittsburgh Steelers, our mentality.
Yeah, the standard
gritty,
is
the
the
standard.